What's going on, birthday boys? You know, we like to keep it going here. And as always, I'm Eric. This is Cody. And JP is, well, okay. So JP was raving, I guess. Or is that the story you got? Or
I'm not sure. He's told me that he was like expanding his life experiences.
Is this a sex dungeon thing again?
I think so.
Yeah, dude, we gotta talk to him about this. We have to.
I mean, I guess just getting beat up by females just tuckers out a little boy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed by how hard his nutsack can be stomped, but like, I just didn't expect that out
Wait,
of him.
you got the videos?
I heard it through the wall. You know, like I was swinging by the other day, and I heard the high heel smash down as I was coming up the stairs, and I was just like, I sent him a text. I was like, hey, SOS, you know? And he's like, nah, we good. So I just left, you know? I was just, all right. And then, you know, there's only so much you can do. But unfortunately, apparently JP just is going to miss out on what I think is going to be our most wild episode.
Controversial is probably going to be the word to use.
I guess that's an answer as well, if we're going to label it.
Yeah.
Because we're going conspiratorial.
Oof.
We're diving in.
Yes.
We're hitting them with the thoughts with no prayers, dude. This is a all feelings no facts podcast is what we're about to be having.
Shout out brilliant idiots. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with it, man, because I got a couple conspiracy theories that I was stupid enough to believe were true.
Nice. Okay. It's
So
a good launching point.
and the one that I think that caught my attention the most was 5G caused COVID.
One of my favorites.
I thought that one was
one of my favorite ones.
when it came out, I was like, it is a little coincidental that same time 5G was coming around, people were getting sick.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of my favorite ones because I knew a dude right whenever COVID was going on who really kind of believed in it. But he believed in it so much that he pulled me aside one day and he's like, hey man, I just need to talk to you about this. And he was telling me about it because I guess he had some buddy that worked for the phone companies, putting up things, and I don't know. But he was like, I think it's real. And I'm like, tell me more, please. My belief in all conspiracy theories is always give me more. I want all of it. Dude.
Okay, so the premise of the whole conspiracy theory is that 5G was at a wavelength that made people that were in it or close to the towers sick because it's a wave that we've never experienced before. Therefore, it was making us sick.
Okay.
Sure. Let's go with that.
That's fun.
Because
that's fun.
Well, one of the things that I was read upon, this is totally not true. I don't know if this is any kind of true or not, but some of the first 5G towers were put up in Wuhan, China.
Coincidence?
That's all I was like, and then was that sounds
wild.
A little bit fishy.
That's wild. YouTube, don't ban this episode.
Please don't ban this episode.
We don't believe in this.
I don't believe any of this stuff that we're about to talk about for this entire episode. This is all two drunk comedians who just want to talk about stuff.
I might believe in half of it, but I'm still not condoning it as a birthday boy. So,
yeah,
not the COVID shit. We know that shit came from. Never mind. Never mind.
But all right. So, but whenever that happened and the COVID shit happened,
yeah,
it arose another conspiracy.
Ooh.
That I have.
Okay.
And this one, I believe more.
Okay.
Weather is controlled. I will tell you more.
Do you want to say by who?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is there a certain group that you think might be
I'm not
running
putting
this one?
anything out. Storm for X-Men. I think that she's a real person and she does it all. But so the mutants control the weather. No. All right. So
I don't know if you call them.
But okay. So what happened was, in Denver, they actually had an actual lockdown. You would get ticketed if you were outside of your house.
That's a pretty not cool.
It's not. It's very,
it's
very not cool.
It's pretty squeezer energy, dude.
But the same day, like they sent out a mass text to like Denver residents. I don't even have a Denver number, but somehow they texted me and said that
they know.
they're going on a legit lockdown.
Dude, that's the lizards.
It's weird. But so the same day that was happening, me and my friends decided that like, okay, we're all locked down. We all live like in the same apartment complex. Let's just hang out and do a barbecue. Mm-hmm. Okay. The same day that they initiated the lockdown, this was March.
Yeah.
Late March.
Okay.
It snowed. The same day. Out of nowhere, no clouds in the sky, nothing.
Okay, but the problem is
it
snowed in Denver.
Yeah.
Snow has never stopped anybody in Denver from doing anything ever.
No, we waited until it stopped.
They just like get in their Subaru and they're like, away I go, dude.
Yeah.
But I do like it. I like this energy. I like the energy.
I think that like that one I have a little bit more because it was so weirdly coincidental. The same day that we go into lockdown, it snows pretty heavy.
Yeah. Well, you guys are barbecuing. Maybe they saw you barbecuing and they're like, abso-fucking-lutely not.
Well, we did get to finish, but we had to eat inside because it started snowing after we finished cooking. But like that one, I'm a little bit more of like that could be possible.
Yeah. Well, you know that in Saudi Arabia, do
they create the false rain?
They make it rain like once a week or something. So like,
just saying, dog. I believe that they do have machines to control the weather.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's. I like this. I like this energy. Yeah. All right. What are your other ones? Because I know I sent you my list.
You did send me your list
of like my favorites, but I wanted to hit yours, and then we can deep dive.
Oof. Well, like I think that like growing up and then like in school, they always had the coincidence between the JFK assassination and the Abraham Lincoln assassination.
Okay.
Did you ever hear about that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So like how
Lincoln in a Ford Theater.
Yeah. Well, it was in the Kennedy Theater, and JFK was riding in a Lincoln.
No, I think it was Ford Theater where Lincoln got shot.
It was a Ford Theater?
Yeah,
I thought it was something to do with Kennedy.
Yeah, it was Ford Theater, and then Kennedy was riding in a Ford.
I thought he was in a Lincoln and it was in Kennedy Theater.
Yeah, but
something like that. They're linked
is
together.
A Ford, something like that.
One of them, they're also like 100 years apart to the day or some shit.
Yeah, that sounds right.
But they just have a bunch of like weird coincidences in that particular conspiracy.
So, on that one, I heard a conspiracy theory that I really like about Lincoln and the Kennedy assassinations. That is that the reason that they both got assassinated was because they were fucking with the
aliens.
That too, probably.
Okay.
But no, the trust. What is it that holds all the money in the U.S.?
I don't know, money people?
Yeah, so there's like, fuck me, dude, this is falling apart so fast. All of my theories do not hold up.
No, it's okay, because we don't really know what we're talking about anyway.
Yeah, no, so I heard this thing that Lincoln and Kennedy both, like, as part of, because we all know that Kennedy, like, wanted to get rid of, like, the CIA and the FBI and all that kind of shit. But apparently, Lincoln had, like, a big movement that after he got the country all back together, he wanted to quit with the federal treasury. Mm-hmm. He didn't want them to, like, be controlling the money anymore. He wanted to, like, change all of that system. Apparently, Kennedy had talked about that same kind of stuff also. Mm. And there's this book that's all about how it's been the same, like, 7 families that have controlled all of the banks since, like, the 1400s or something. And if you just go back, like, even, like, England, like, ancient medieval times, it's always been, like, these couple families have owned all the banks, and now they run, like, the Federal Reserve. That's what I was looking for. So they were wanting to, like, disband the Federal Reserve, and that's part of the reason they got assassinated. And that was the real reason that somebody killed Lincoln, because the argument I've always heard is, like, if somebody was going to kill him over the whole Civil War thing, why'd they wait until after the war? Mm. Like, it's not like back in the day it was hard to fucking sneak up on a president, obviously.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, like, the timing, they always say is like, oh, that doesn't make sense, that doesn't line up. It was probably actually this, which I think is a way cooler theory. that Lincoln was about to fuck with some money. And they were like, take him out, dude.
It wasn't the fact that he, freed all the slaves. It's like, hey, don't.
Because
you took the workers, and you fuck with our money. You gotta go.
Well, because
you got to go.
Allegedly, the dude that shot him, if I'm remembering this right, I could be completely wrong. I hope I'm so wrong, and that people are just listening to this right now and just being like, "You're fucking," like just freaking out the whole time.
Dolphin noise.
Yeah. You're a freaking dolphin. And that he wasn't a Confederate soldier guy. He was from the North. So him caring about all of the slavery, like, it wouldn't make sense. Could be completely wrong. He might have been like a general. Who knows, dude?
Well, Japes, do you have any insight on this JFK Lincoln thing? Guess not.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to contribute.
So it's okay. It's fine. Tuck it out, little boy.
But since we're already on the presidents, and we're in my top 5 already, favorites, what do you think about the Kennedy assassination?
Well, I've watched actually like a couple videos, and they were talking about how it's almost like no way for the bullet to do the travel path that they said it would.
Yeah, the
because it's like bounced or something.
Yeah, well, and like bullets do weird shit, but the biggest issue is that there was more bullet fragments in Senator Connolly's body than there was bullet fragments missing from the bullet that they retrieved, which was on the gurney, just laying next to, I think it was Senator Connolly or something. It's just like laying. They were just like, oh look, here's the magical bullet. There it is. And it's like, come on. Like, if we're gonna stage shit, you gotta be, oops, like, that's too goofy.
Yeah.
But yeah. So what are your thoughts?
I wish my dad was a better hunter. Because if Lee Harvey Oswald, right, that's the one who did it.
Yeah.
If he can do that with a gun, my dad's been hunting my whole life, and I ain't never seen him make a bullet bounce like that, ever. So I think my dad needs to get better.
Yeah.
Goals.
Yeah. We all have something to strive for. It's wild that you're like, if my dad could just assassinate a president, God.
No, just assassinate more deer. Don't assassinate a president, Dad. Don't do it. I know you're not the biggest fan of our president currently. Don't do it though. You have so much to live for.
You'll never know when we recorded this. Never know who was president.
But
fuck. Yeah.
No, okay, so in all reality, like, I really don't know. I've heard the theory that there was multiple shooters.
Yeah.
It's interesting theory. Also heard, like, there was, like, just no way the shot was able to be made.
See, the thing is, it's not, the shot itself isn't hard. Like, it's not that far away to shoot 3 rounds of, like, that. The act of shooting the shot itself is not what is really all that difficult to me. Like, that doesn't blow my mind. Because have you ever been there? It's in Dallas.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, it's cool to see. Like, I went and did the tour a while back, and
I wonder what you were thinking about the whole time.
Dude, have you ever noticed anytime you drive through Dallas, you always end up, well, I guess you don't drive through Dallas that much. Every time I drive through Dallas, I get lost. And I end up driving down the street that Kennedy was shot on. And I was just like, is this whole fucking town just have nothing else to contribute other than homeless crackheads everywhere and being like, we murdered a president, and...
Is that all Texas really is, though, just homeless crackheads?
And murder.
I didn't say the second part.
I didn't either. But yeah, so I like the idea, or like my overall theory of the Kennedy assassination is, there was more than one shooter. I think Oswald was one of the shooters, but I think he was also ultimately the patsy.
Probably.
Like, I think they were like, this moron is who we're going to pin it on. And we're going to have some people, like, real merc assassins there to make sure the job gets done. But we'll also have this dipshit doing whatever he's doing.
Okay.
Because the fact that then he got killed by Jack Ruby.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so after Oswald was arrested, he went and he said, he's like, I'm a patsy. This is all horse shit. While they were taking him in to interrogate him and shit, a dude who was a mob connected hitman kind of thing runs up and shoots him. And then his explanation for why he did it was he killed the president. I didn't like that. And you're like, what? The mob elected president who had beef with the CIA and all these other foreign countries, you cannot convince me that. And then that guy went insane in prison, or went insane and then got super cancer and died in 3 months. And I'm pretty sure all of his family got set up and is rich as fuck or something now. So it's you cannot convince me that the CIA or FBI or the mob or a bunch of people all together didn't have ties into that. Now, it might not have been the chief of the organization that was calling the shot. That was hey. But you can't convince me that shit wasn't all related.
Yeah, could very well be all related for sure.
Because I also fully believe that either the CIA or FBI or something of that time killed Martin Luther King. Or were the orchestrators behind that.
I just think Martin Luther King was a gangster, bro.
Yeah.
I think he was a wild, wild man.
Yeah.
40 miles in church shoes is very tough. 40 miles in church shoes. Have you walked a mile in tennis shoes? Hard. Very tough. He did a long walk.
Yeah.
It's some church shoes.
Yeah.
And then for his second protest, we're going to sit down in air conditioning.
Well, he figured it out. So he's like, you know what?
I think Martin Luther King was a genius.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he did the first, and he's like, that was dumb.
And
There's better ways of doing this.
Yeah, he did it like a 3-piece suit.
Yeah. Well, but everyone rocked it. That was what they did back then. You know what I mean? There wasn't sweatpants.
Alabama,
everyone just wore suits all the time.
Yeah, I know. What a gangster, dog.
Yeah.
He's out there preaching the message of, hey, motherfuckers, we're better than you at basketball.
Yeah. That was, I do think that was his key takeaway. He really wanted everyone to have was, when it comes to basketball, there's a certain group that's better than the other. I think that's what he was very concerned with. You're right. That's a good point.
Martin Luther King was a gangster. I don't even really want to get into that conspiracy because it's so, that one's such a wild one. Just in general, who did it and how did they do it? And they said the CIA did it, but I don't even want to touch on that one because that one's a toughie. That was
King, the Martin Luther King?
Yeah, that one's such a weird situation.
Yeah.
Who knows, man? Who knows what really happened with that one? But back to the JFK stuff. The thought that I heard why they tried to kill him was that he was going to declassify the alien stuff during his presidency.
Okay. Yeah, so I do think maybe he was one of them.
Yeah. So
I haven't heard that angle of it, though. Because I know he was going to...
declassify all of that to, put out their Area 51 information and shit.
Yeah.
And then very soon after is whenever...
Yeah. Well, because I know that one of his big things was about, getting rid of the CIA.
Yeah.
So I can imagine if it's hey, this guy's going to make it so you don't have a job.
A lot of people. And then you're going to lose
all motivation.
That funding.
Yeah. It's a motivate. But yeah, I say the idea is aliens, also dope.
Oh, well, what I think is so beautiful, aliens are definitely, it's been confirmed.
Yeah.
But I want to see one before I confirm anything.
What do you think about the Mexican alien? Talk about the one.
one.
Oh my god! Stop it, dude. This is why.
Okay, no. I don't know about the
she got
Mexican.
deported. No, but yeah. Did you hear about the?
Yeah, it wasn't like mummified.
Yeah,
Mexican
I don't know.
aliens or some shit.
Yeah, they like found some alien thing, and then it's been sent off to a bunch of labs, and they're like, yeah, we can't identify a bunch of this under any like substance that we know what is, and I don't know, but I'm like, it would be hilarious if the United States just for 60 years has been like, no, we've been keeping these motherfuckers like in a bunker on ice and whatever, and then all this shit starts coming out, and the Mexican government's like, dude, we got one of those. We weren't sure what the fuck this thing was. And just like puts it on blast. It's like, call Fox News. That would be so funny to me, of just like the little brother country being like, you're trying to keep what from them? Like, just letting all of us know. I think that's funny as shit if they are gonna be the ones that officially make it like, oh shit. Damn.
Well, JP, what do you think about the aliens, bro? All right, still sleeping. All right, cool. But I almost think that it's just some kind of weird tactic that the government's doing currently with the alien shit.
Yeah.
They confirmed it, but I think that's also just feeding into the idea of making us shut up about shit. Because let's be honest. When Donald Trump was in presidency, the news was popping every day. There was every day was something.
Yes, it was always something fun.
Exactly.
Happening. Yeah.
You say fun. Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, come on, that was hilarious. Can you
funniest?
Can you think of the a funnier time of turning on the news? You turn on the news all time before and after that. It's just a bummer.
Yeah.
You turn it on then, and it's just like Rosie O'Donnell is a cow, and you're like, fucking what? And then they would run news stories for like a week and a half about like, do you know that Trump thinks that this person's a fat bitch? And you're like, how is this the news? It's funny as shit. And then we get anyone else in office, and they're like, yeah, there's a lot of serious shit going on, and like there's like actual news stories happening, and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah. So like that's what I think like the whole alien thing is just the kind of.
It's just the look over here.
Yeah, it's the look over here because like.
Well, we send 100 trillion to Ukraine.
The thing, one of the things that I heard that it was like the alien story was covering up was like the Hunter Biden shit.
Yeah.
Which, legend. Just playing. I do not condone that man's activity, but that's what I heard. Like the aliens. The whole reason why the whole alien story broke was because of the Hunter Biden situation.
Yeah. There's always convenient timing and stuff.
Yeah. Like another big news story that came out was whenever Maxine Giselle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like whenever she was on trial, they did a whole other like some wild other news story that was going on. Just to not.
Yeah, I think that's during that was the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. That's whenever that was televised on everything for like
I watched
2 weeks straight.
I watched it every day.
Yeah, it was like almost
so
everyone
great.
did. And
oh my god, it was so
great. At the same time, it was like, hey, there's a pedophile ring, and you know, like there's always convenient. Anytime you're like, wow, this is a wild kind of story. There's always something more crazy happening.
Yeah.
That they're just being like, look at the ducks. Mm-hmm. Like, I've never heard of a dispute, like even with famous people, like their marriage stuff being broadcasted in that way.
Like I feel like
that was wild.
When Kanye kind of went crazy and shit, that's probably covering something else up.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So especially the focus on him, like, because also usually whenever famous people say like absurd crazy shit, people are always like, fuck off. Mm-hmm. And then they come back in like 6 months, and you're like, are you done being a psychopath? All right, cool. Then, you know, we can move on from there. But it's like whenever they focus on, they're like, we need to get a mic on this guy. And you're like, why? He's fucking insane.
Yeah. He went insane very quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. Anytime I'd ever heard that dude talk, I always thought he was completely fucking unhinged. Like, even whenever he, like, did Rogan,
Yeah,
like,
that's
3 years ago,
you
I
could
was
tell,
like,
you could see if you follow.
this guy's fucking nuts.
Yeah, if you could follow Kanye from like the beginning of his career and just slowly watch him like go into the idea that belief of like I am God.
Yeah.
Which is like, I get it, bro. You're a great music producer.
Yeah.
But what the fuck do you know about presidency?
Yeah.
That was actually me making fun of his Lady Gaga thing. Did you ever watch that video? So he's doing some kind of interview with something, and he was like talking about how Lady Gaga is the CEO of Polaroid. What the fuck does Lady Gaga know about taking pictures? He's like, I like some of the Gaga songs. And it's just like...
That's wild. That's wild.
Like, to slowly watch him, like, it was in the VMAs whenever he did the thing to Taylor Swift. That was, like, really the start of him, like...
Well, yeah, and that was back in, like,
publicly.
2012 or something. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie, though. I think I'd go crazy if I was stuck in a house with Kim Kardashian, too.
I don't think I'd go crazy in that way. I don't think I'd be out causing a scene in public. I think I'd be at home a lot.
I'd be like Pete Davidson. I'd have to get off the internet.
Yeah, like, just clap the thickest cheeks.
Fakest cheeks, but yeah.
Whatever. I mean...
Not my type.
Yeah, we're not getting into that.
But back to the conspiracy theories.
Yeah. See, I think we have some fun ones.
Yeah,
okay,
we got a bunch of them.
Let's go into one of my favorites that you will maybe have experience with.
Okay.
Denver Airport.
Okay.
The overall...
Put your spill on it.
Yeah, so I guess we'll explain this one because I don't know if everyone will know about this one.
Bit.
So the idea is that the Denver Airport, whenever it was built, it was like billions of dollars over what it was supposed to like cost to build it, and that it has secret underground tunnels, and that is the headquarters of the Illuminati. I think that's the funnest idea ever. Because also, what a dope location. In Denver.
Yeah.
Good spot planning. You're in the middle of the country. There's Rocky Mountain. Like, you got all the mountains and shit. If the whole world were to go to shit, probably a good spot to be.
But you're landlocked, but okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you kind of want to be.
Yeah.
You know, like, because... You're high up in the air already, so if it's like, oh, the oceans rise a whole bunch, Colorado's fine. It's not going underwater.
No.
You can fly out to fucking wherever at Denver. No one's paying attention to that fucking place. And if you're going to be doing some evil run the world shit, don't you want to be around, like, the chillest hippie fucking people ever? So whenever you get off work, getting done, like, ruining... people's lives, you can just be like, let's snowboard.
Okay, so have you ever been to the Denver airport?
No, I haven't.
Okay, I've been...
Is it as creepy as they say?
I've been a couple times.
Okay.
So Denver airport is totally in on the bit. If it's a conspiracy theory, they are well aware that it's a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
They even have stuff that would like pump fake you to make you think like, oh, this is the idea is real.
Okay.
It's a very real idea. But like I think that they do stuff on purpose just to fuck with people because it is Denver.
Okay.
Just to kind of play into it. I have heard that it is one of the largest airports in the world.
Yeah.
Why?
So weird. It's so weird to have
Los Angeles should be like
New York.
New York should have one, or maybe even Washington D.C.
Yeah,
should have one of the largest. But Denver has like one of the largest in the world. Has some of the most flights leaving the airport in a day. It is weird. And then like they say, if you sit around the airport around 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning, over the intercoms, you will hear some very decrypted messages.
Okay.
That they'll have sit there and just playing to kind of let people know that it's, if you know what the message means, it's kind of probably time to head to a certain place for a meeting or something.
Sick.
And yeah, there's videos online about it currently.
Sick.
Yeah, it's very weird.
I like this. Have you been feeling sad,
Irritated,
annoyed,
constipated,
lonely,
bloated,
weak,
gay.
Well, guess what? Maybe Birthday Boys is for you. If you want to feel happy,
Constipated,
lonely,
bloated,
weak,
gay.
then maybe you should try Birthday Boys today. You can like, you can subscribe, you can donate to our Patreon.
Side effects include BDE, sexiness, and boners.
Cheers to the Birthday Boys.
I'm still gay. So, like, outside of just, like, the weird stuff that goes into the Denver airport, actually, so, have you heard of Lucifer?
Is that the giant horse
Yeah.
that they have? Yeah.
Okay. So, the eyes are red.
Yeah.
They light up red 24/7.
Yeah. Creepy as shit.
Very creepy, and it's, like, out in front of the airport. Like, you have to drive by it to get to the airport.
Yeah. You gotta say hi to the devil on your way in.
So, do you know the story behind that?
No. I
Okay.
like that you're really invested in this one.
Well, because I lived there, so, like,
Yeah.
I got to hear all this shit, and I got to
So,
talk about it.
were you kind of into it before I brought it up the other
Yeah.
night?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've really been into the idea of the Denver airport because,
Yeah.
like, I've flown out of there.
Yeah.
I flew in there. I've been in that airport a couple times. And some of the shit in there is just, it's weird. It's
Yeah.
a weird environment to be in that. Because, like, now I've flown again. And it was a little bit of a different experience in an airport. But in there, dude, nobody talks to anybody. Like, people are so, like, they seem scared in that
Yeah.
airport. But Lucifer,
Okay.
big ass blue horse, it killed the creator of it. It fell and squashed him, killed him.
Oh, goddamn. Dude, that thing is satanic as fuck.
Like, while he was making it. So, like,
And then did somebody else finish it?
Yeah.
Dude, that's so wild. That's so wild to be like, this is what he would have wanted. Is it? is that really what the guy would have wanted?
no, the thing that's a little bit more fucked up is I don't know what came first, the Lucifer or the Broncos. But if you think about it, Denver Broncos, horse.
Oh, I like this idea also.
I wonder which one came first.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea that Lucifer was set up and then the Illuminati called the NFL and was like, listen, we need a team. Get us a guy with a big forehead to rock this shit out. I
So,
like that.
yeah, it is a very, the Denver airport and Denver in general is just a weird place.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it is if you were going to go and run a super evil Illuminati running the world group, isn't that where you'd pick? Like, you wouldn't want to go to fucking DC. That's where
No.
all the people that think they have power are at. You wouldn't want to go to LA. That's all just people that are dorks and activist. Like, there's no one with actual, like, power and control there. So why not pick this dope-ass chill spot that has great, like, natural protections? No one's fucking nuking Colorado.
No, but they do control the weather. You see what I'm saying? Like, how it just comes back to that? Like, I think,
Oh, dude, that's so funny.
like, all of that is, like, plays a part in it.
Yeah, you're like, I was at the Illuminati headquarters. They shut. It also is wild to me that they, like, were ticketing people for being out and about. Because I had heard that some place would go do that, but, like, Missouri was not that fucking way.
All right, so here's another one, and I think this one is so wild. Okay, so, like, we got a completely different experience with COVID, especially here in Texas. Like, I've talked to people, and
Yeah.
they shut down for, like, 2 months.
Yeah.
We were shut down for, like, almost a year.
Yeah, see, that's how Missouri was.
Before anybody else was
Yeah.
even shut down. And then whenever the BLM stuff started happening, I was at the protest.
Yeah,
And it was
because you're an ally. Yeah.
100%. First off, I've never felt more like a villain ever. I was out there chanting, fist up, everything.
Yeah.
People were looking at me like, bitch, I'm gonna kill you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah. Bitch, I'm not a cop. Yeah. Well,
And then all of a sudden, the day that like the BLM stuff like happens, they set a curfew on the city.
Yeah.
Nobody could be out past X amount of time, or
Yeah.
not ticketed. You get arrested.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's how a lot of places were.
And that
Like,
was
I know, like,
crazy.
LA and New York, they started doing that because, like, and of course it didn't change anything in most of those places. But, yeah, like, I was I was gonna go. I thought about going to some of the protests in Colombia because I was like, oh, you know what? Like, I got some friends that are going and stuff. And then I started seeing some videos of people that are there. It was all just fucking white kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna fucking go get lectured by another fucking white bitch. Like, her being like, it's like, this isn't our thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is... Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I was like, I'm not going to go listen to a bunch of people that look just like me saying how hard it is for somebody else. It's like, shut the fuck up,
Yeah, dude, it was just being out there in that environment and all. It was really weird because I went at the point in time, man. I had a black roommate, and my girlfriend that I was living with, she was Latina, or is Latina. But we all
she
went.
Changed afterwards. She's like, that's a fucking enough of that. Just Ariana Grande that shit and turned back white, dude.
But we were out there and it was so weird, man. It was such a weird, I don't know, dude. The whole BLM thing was so bizarre and out there, but
yeah. Well, so here's the real question: did you hear about the people running it, buying those mansions?
Yeah, heard about that.
It's the funniest shit ever that they're like, they went and bought man and they just thought no one was gonna find out. It's like,
bro, we totally found out.
Bro,
we totally know.
You guys are some of the most closely monitored of people just looking to fucking scrutinize your group.
Yep.
And you thought you guys could just buy fucking $6 million mansions.
Yeah.
And no one was. They caught the fucking guy that was the runner of Wounded Warriors. They caught that guy for being a skis ball and buying a giant mansion. And I don't remember anyone ever thinking about looking into that. Everyone was just like, that's a fucking good group. You know what I mean? If that guy got caught, you guys didn't think you were going to get caught as, a group that everyone was looking at, just trying to poke a issue with? For you, and they're like, I think we could buy some fucking $6 million mansions.
Well, all right, so
it's fucking wild.
So somebody that got caught doing very similar to that, but apparently nothing bad has happened to, fucking Joel Osteen.
Yeah, but
found
also
so much money in the walls of his church.
Yeah,
but he wouldn't let people into the church when Houston flooded.
Yeah, but also no one's ever believed that wasn't a scam. You know what I mean? Anytime you have a fucking leader being like, if you want to see Jesus, give me $1 million. I don't think anyone ever was like, I think that's a fucking good group. I think these are solid people.
I mean, Christians believe that Christians are a good group.
Yeah, but no one believed that fucking douchebag was good. Anytime I hear people complaining about Christians, they're like, Joel, I'm like, no one, he's not the guy.
Yeah, but he's still doing church.
Yeah, to other fucking rich assholes. They're all getting on their yachts and talk about how they evaded taxes the best. These aren't fucking men of the people, but they also never pretended to be. It's like the preacher that was hanging out with Bieber that had his fucking dick root showing all the time.
Okay.
And he just had abs and was banging supermodels, and everyone's like, how can this guy? It's like, yeah, he's doing a bit. Mm-hmm. This guy's, no one believes it. No Christian from the Midwest is looking at that guy and being like, that's why I do this. That's why I pray. They're looking at some fat fucking dork wearing a little white thing in their neck and being like, yeah, that's Bob. He lives down the street. Wow. He has an '08 Corvette. It's... I don't even know how we got onto that one. That was wild. But
well, JP, do you have any conspiracy theories that you're really kind of into? Okay.
Sick.
All right. What's another one of your conspiracy theories?
Yeah. The Titanic.
The first one? The original Titanic?
Yes.
Not the submarine stuff?
Yeah, not the Voyager.
Okay.
The actual Titanic was sunk on purpose as an insurance scheme.
Well, you know it was billed as the unsinkable ship.
But you know there's two of them.
Yeah, I know that there is a sequel.
And the first one got into a boating accident.
With an iceberg.
With an iceberg like 9 months before. And then it was being repaired whenever the real Titanic took off and then sunk in the middle of the ocean.
Okay.
So there was already one, and it was called like the fucking Hermaphrodites or something. I don't know. They built two ships.
Okay.
And the first ship that wasn't called the Titanic was called something else. It went and got damaged. Then they brought it back. They had insurance on it, but apparently insurance wouldn't pay to repair it properly. So the idea is that they went and painted the Titanic on that boat that was already damaged, and then the other boat that was what everyone thought was the Titanic was still under construction. It was like still in port. And then they sent out the already wrecked ship, and whenever it got crashed, then that way they could collect the insurance on it.
So the Titanic is just a giant case of insurance fraud.
Yeah, essentially it was a giant, like, they were like, all right, fuck you. Like, if you're not going to pay us, we'll go and just say that this is the whatever the other one was called. We just paint a fucking new name on it, send it out, sink it, and the idea is that's why they like had all the transponders off and blah, blah, and they hit the fucking icebergs and sunk the ship, and then the company was able to collect all the insurance money.
Okay, so the second one is the one that's like the famous one, right? Or is it the first one? The first one that got into the little fender bender. Is that the famous one, or the second one's the famous one?
The second one's the famous. The first one, I really probably should have done the research to look up what the other one's name was. But we'll just call it like
Titanic 2.
Yeah, Titanic 2.
Okay, so
well, but it was really the first ship that was constructed. That was supposed to be like, oh, this is the first of the two unsinkable ships, and then it got and I think it might have been something. It might not have even hit an iceberg. It might have like gotten to a boat-on-boat accident or something. You know, boat-on-boat crimes out there in these seas, and that was stupid.
It's okay. That's okay.
Such a dumb joke. I couldn't not with the layup.
So my question is do you think that the Titanic 2 had smaller doors, and that's why Rose was being a bitch and wouldn't let Jack onto it? So my whole theory about this goddamn door, bro, is
taking it back to the movie.
All I'm saying, dog. First off, I don't think doors float anyways. So she should have died.
Well, doors do float because they're wood. Wood floats.
But unless it get waterlogged, then it sinks. And after some point in time, it has to waterlog.
Yeah, but have you ever seen logs floating in the river?
I've seen trees fall and hit the ground.
Dude, you lived in Louisiana.
I know.
There was
trees in the water.
Yeah.
They float until they slow.
No, Bubba. Dude, I lived on the Mississippi. You would go down the Mississippi, and there'd be entire trees just taken off.
Yeah, but eventually they sink.
Yeah, that shit takes a really, really long time. Because also, like, yeah, wood floats.
My whole thing
is... sitting
is...
on a door is not that big of a deal.
My whole thing is Rose is a bitch.
She is a cunt. We hate her.
Okay? My boy Jack deserved better.
Yeah. Also, the fact that bitch threw him into the ocean and then threw the prized possession and threw it in the ocean.
Bitch.
Why didn't she throw herself into the ocean? Okay?
Would have saved everybody a lot of heart.
Yeah, do you know how much better of a movie ending that would have been if she was like, here's the diamond necklace you guys are spending billions of dollars looking for and doing research on. Here you go. And then she went outside and just yeeted herself overboard to return with Jack. Tell me that's not a better movie.
It is.
Tell me that's not a better movie, Hollywood.
Hey, I'm just saying, y'all are on a writer's strike right now.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
birthday boys, we got some scripts.
Yeah, if you would have came to me in 1999, whenever I was 1 year old, I could have wrote you a better movie, bro.
But, yeah.
That movie was probably actually wrote before I was fucking born. I think it was wrote in like 93.
That's before I was even born.
I know. That's Young Guns. JP was supposed to be on it, but fucking napping then, napping now. God damn.
I mean, he's just so tired, man. I'm okay.
Big sleepy boy. Dude, I'd probably have to nap too if I got my ball smashed like that.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it takes a lot out of you.
Yeah. This BDSM stuff, we gotta have an intervention.
Either we gotta let it, either intervention or we just gotta let it run its course. Because if it runs its course, I'm scared he might die.
If it does run its course?
Yeah.
So you want it to run its course so we die?
No, I don't, but I mean...
Because you're like, we can either step in or we can let it happen, is what you said. You're like, we could let it run its course. He might die.
He might, but I mean, autoerotic asphyxiation has to be... It's somebody's kink, you know? I'm scared that he's going to find that out, and then one day we're going to come in...
I never even thought about that, and you went to it right away, so do you need to talk to us about something?
Look, first off, I'm just sad right now because my girlfriend is not here. So I'm single, but I'm sad.
She got deported. It happens, man.
I just joked about it too much.
Yeah.
ICE eventually caught on, and they were like, hey, maybe this guy really needs this girl gone.
Yeah, dude. I was last night on stage because last night was your first night alone.
I know.
And whenever Mike started yelling at me, he's like, who called ICE? I was too many people behind you. But I was like, dude, if I would have been like the next person, I'd been like, I called ICE. It was me. I need somebody to go to shows with. So I said, get out of here, bitch. You know?
Oh, it's cool. Like at least like I knew it was happening.
Yeah.
Like I've been preparing for it for this entire relationship. So
Yeah. Anytime you're with an illegal alien, you know any day could be the last.
So it's cool. I'm just sad.
Yeah.
Just go home and use my tears as a lubricant. It's cool. But back to the funny shit.
Well, that was gross. Yeah. So what all ones did I send you and we haven't gotten to? I think
There's a couple about butt stuff I heard.
Yeah, butt stuff's cap.
Egypt and pyramids.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the moon landing.
Okay.
The moon landing.
So, all right, I'm actually cool to go in on the moon landing.
Okay.
Because that is one of them that is like really interesting.
Yeah.
At face value, it's interesting. Neil Armstrong said himself they didn't go to the moon.
I feel like you have to cite those sources. When did he say that?
In the interview.
When?
You want me to? I'll pull up.
We'll do this after the pod.
We'll pull it up after the pod.
We'll do that after the pod.
I was about to say, there is, I believe, there's one thing where he was like talking about like he didn't go to the moon. But here's my thing. If that happened in 69?
Something like that, yeah.
Or 68? Why didn't we go back? Because it was a rush against Russia.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things there was no point in actually ever going there anyways. It was just like a dick measuring contest.
Yeah.
And then we ran Russia out of money.
Yeah.
Or the Soviet Union at that time. We ran them out of money. And we're like, we beat you, bitch.
Yeah.
And
I think it was just bragging rights. But like,
yeah,
I've watched movies. You watched Interstellar?
Dude, such a good movie.
We
Such
could do
a
that
good
stuff
movie.
on Earth. You're going to sit there and convince me that in 1969 or 68 they didn't film that in a studio?
Well, so the thing is I think the filming did happen in a studio. I think that's... But I think that we did... I think two things can be true.
Okay.
I think we did go to the moon.
Mm-hmm.
However, I do think the, like, recordings of them on the moon are bullshit faked videos.
Very possible.
Because it was the fucking 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they were just like... Yeah, we aren't really sure if fucking the camera shit's gonna work and all. So, like, let's pre-do this and do it in a studio and stuff. And apparently there is, like, the studio where they, like, the way he jumps or whatever. And
the flag being limp or something like that.
Yeah, there's something with the flag. It's like, so I do think that the videos of it are bullshit videos, but I think that we did go to the moon. Because I've talked to too many, or like I haven't talked to them, I've heard too many really smart people talk about it, that do believe we were there.
Well, okay, so I agree, and I'll hit you with another theory that kind of backs that idea up. The film that they were recording on at that point in time would not have made the re-entry completely stable.
Oh, it would have burnt up and shit.
Yeah, it would not have made it successfully.
Yeah.
The re-entry all the way. But have you seen recent interviews of people in space?
I feel like yes.
So you can see in the video, because it's all live, you can see the wires that they're hanging on.
What?
Come on, dog. Come on. Yes. Like, there's one of, like, this dude who's, like, doing a backflip, and, like, a dude just grabs him. But he's grabbing nothing. He just grabs, and he pulls him back in. But he's not grabbing anything. He's not grabbing his pants. He's not grabbing his shirt. He's grabbing air and pulling him back to him.
Did you go too far in? Do you think the space is fake? Is that what's happening?
I don't think space is fake.
Is that what's happening in front
I
of
don't
me?
think space is fake, but I think it's something to cover up shit. Something's getting covered up that we don't know about. And then there's another video. It's interviewing two guys, and there's a guy floating behind them, like in the back of the scene.
Yeah.
And he obviously has two cables hooked to him as he's floating across the back of the scene. Like, you can see the cables. Yeah. This is what you get when you tell me, hey, check these ideas out. Because I'm going to go and, like,
I think you went too far into YouTube, dog.
But, like, here's the thing. Like, the way that, like, these things are filmed, even now, like, they could be fixed in post. But they're not being fixed because they're live. You know?
Huh. Yeah, no, I don't know. I can't say, I guess, I've ever paid that much attention to, like, any astronaut interviews I've seen.
Well, and see, this is stuff whenever I'm just up late at night and I'm scrolling through TikTok.
Yeah.
This is just stuff that comes on my feed.
That's the real, you're on TikTok. You're on that Chinese spyware, dude.
Hey, dog.
You're listening to the Chinese, dude?
I'm listening. Well, first off, I'm sure some of these are, like, American people uploading these videos. So I'm just listening to
the Chinese algorithm, okay?
But, yeah, some of these, and Lord knows China hates us, so they want to make us look stupid. Yeah. So what they're going to do, they're going to post our astronauts.
It worked.
Hanging on wires.
We're doing good, dude.
But
China, blow up this video so everyone knows that the United States is full of stupid people.
But yeah, I don't, like, that. Yeah. That was the one thing about, like, just astronauts in general. Like, that video just, it stuck with me. Because I'm like, you're caught. Yeah. You're caught. Like.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely, because it's kind of like, have you seen the videos of the nuclear bomb explosions and stuff? That a bunch of people started coming out and be like, these are all fake.
Well,
because like.
Yeah. I started seeing
how is there a camera here and how
is
it's
not destroying the film?
Yeah, and the camera wasn't
destroyed.
And they're like, yeah, we actually filmed this through 17 mirrors 100 miles away, and it's like, come on. Come on. And, like, the photos, they look like toy houses. Mm-hmm. Somebody, like, had a dust storm and then, like, knocked it over.
Yeah, I did see about those. And those were, those were interesting.
I think a lot of shit back in the day was kind of fucked with, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. Like, you know, I think that they, like...
I mean, Hiroshima definitely happened.
Oh, yeah.
It happened.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, the test stuff, like... I think that the test videos of, like, oh, look at these buildings getting blown down and all the city, like, you know, I don't think that shit's accurate.
Might not be. It definitely might not be, for sure. In America, we have the best cinematography.
Yeah.
I guess you could say. So we can almost make anything look real.
Well, yeah, George Lucas was making fucking Star Wars, and what, the 79 was the first Star Wars movie or something like that?
So, like
the shit was pretty fire.
Yeah.
And also, no one had ever seen anything back then. Like, if you watch those, like, old movies that haven't been, like, messed with now, you're like, oh, that looks goofy as hell. But whenever you had never seen anything else, you're like, what the there's a spaceship. Mm-hmm. And it's like, no, it's a toy thing getting drugged behind a black screen. But whenever you have no frame of reference, you're just like, what the fuck?
How did you make that happen?
Yeah, it's like whenever you play a video game from 2005. Whenever it came out, you're like,
This shit looks so good.
this shit looks real. And you go back and you're like, that guy doesn't even have a face.
I do that shit all the time with video games.
Like, they don't even have a face. What the fuck are you talking
Like, dude,
about?
I remember, like, PS1, Need for Speed. I was like, yo, this car looks so good. And then going back and it's like, cheeks, bro.
Yeah, it looks like a shit on Matchbox.
Yeah.
Not even a Hot Wheels. Like,
Yeah.
they're so bad. But, yeah, well, I guess the only other thing we haven't hit is the pyramids.
Yeah.
And
Aliens did it. I'm cool with that. I'll buy into that one. If you're gonna tell me aliens are real, I'll buy into the fact they made the pyramids.
yeah, I like that. I also like the new kind of hack theory of the Graham Hancock of ancient civilizations used to exist that were super crazy advanced.
Yeah.
And then we got hit by fucking meteors. They all died. Because, like, if a meteor hit today, all of us are fucked.
Yeah.
It's going to be all the, like, undiscovered tribes in the Amazon that they're the ones that are going to live. Because their shit, they're already living in the wilderness with sticks and killing king cobras with their bare hands and shit. It's all those people that are going to be fine. So then, if people look at the fossil record and they're like, oh, well, apparently people in 2023 were still living in huts. And it's like, no, we actually were advanced as fuck, but all of our information is going to be gone. Like, if something happened, we're all going to die. All of our shit, like, buildings are going to collapse. Bridges are going to be gone within, like, 100 years. None of this shit's going to last. It's just going to be all the shit that's been made out of stone and shit that's still around. So, Elon Musk, start building shit to fuck with the future generations.
JP, do you have any insight on this before we start wrapping it up?
Yeah.
Nope. Cool.
All right. Well,
All right, buddy.
I guess,
Cheers to the birthday boys.
cheers to the birthday boys.